Hey guys, it's Kiri the Foodie here. I wanted to walk you guys through my long-awaited kitchen renovation as well as my top kitchen products. Let's go. So for my countertop, I actually went with a material called Dectin. I really wanted my kitchen to mainly be white, black, and gold. So as you can see, the sink is black. We have kind of like the brassish, goldish faucet and sink drainer. And then we also have the handles on the cabinets that are also that same color. Countertops, I really liked the veining on here, which is one reason why we went with this color specifically, but the material is also really durable and it's great, especially for cooks, because it's really hard to get liquids and other material into the rock so that it doesn't seep through. So as far as what the cabinets used to look like, now you can see that they go all the way up to the ceiling. Previously, I would say there was about 3 feet or so of space, and it looked really cluttered because Jeff and I would always use it as storage. So people would come in and they could see all of our crap everywhere. There was bowls, there was jars, there was, I don't know, lots of crazy appliances, and it just looked really cluttered. And now you can see it looks a lot cleaner because it goes all the way up to the ceiling. So as far as our process in researching cabinet companies that we could use to install, we kind of realized that there was 2 options that you could go. First route being RTA cabinets, which stands for ready to assemble. And what these companies do is they send you the parts of the cabinet and you essentially DIY it yourself. That was repetitive. You DIY it and you're able to assemble it yourself at home. And knowing me and Jeff's skills, I knew that that was not really going to be the best option, especially because around that time frame we were getting married. It was just really busy and we did not want to go down that route. The second route that we realized you can go down is finding a local company that will assemble it for you. And that's when we found this company called Excel Cabinets. And they did a phenomenal job. We are honestly super happy with it. So I'll walk through now the features of Excel cabinets and why we like them so much. So you can kind of see over here, I'll have the camera pan over. We actually didn't even have cabinets over here in our old kitchen, and they were able to install these for us, which you can see how much space is in these cabinets. And so that created a lot of extra space for us, especially because we're living in a smaller townhome. And it was so quick. We were honestly really surprised because we had someone from Excel Cabinets come to measure our kitchen and make sure that everything looked right. And he was only here for 30 minutes. He was in and out so fast. And so we could tell that they really knew what they were doing. They even suggested potentially putting cabinets that come all the way to the floor. We ended up not going that route just because obviously you can see we have our trash can here, and I'll talk about these products as well. We have our trash can and a composter. And so we ended up not putting the cabinets there, but we love having these extra cabinets because it saves us so much extra room. So Excel Cabinets actually started a line about a year ago of cabinets that are really high end, especially for their price point. First off, they use real wood in the drawers, which is really nice, and they have this notching here that keeps the drawer really secure. In addition, we were able to customize this. So this actually used to be cabinet doors, which wasn't really useful for the appliances and utensils that we have. And they were able to turn all of this into drawers for us instead of just having a big door with a lot of empty space right there. So we had a Lazy Susan here previously, and we still do, but what's great about Excel Cabinets is they don't have the typical bar that you'll see hanging in a Lazy Susan that obstructs a lot of the space that you're able to utilize without the bar. And so because we don't have the bar anymore, we can even fit stuff like this ginormous platter inside, which is great for saving a lot of space. So now we have this pull-out drawer that's right next to our stove, which is really nice if you want to use it for pots and pans. I actually use my rice cooker very frequently, and so I actually just stuck it in here for really easy access. So I started filming long form YouTube videos quite recently, and when I started filming them, I kind of realized that my setup just wasn't ideal for the type of videos that I wanted to produce. And so my workstation previously, what I would do was I had this chest freezer, and I bought this 24 by 24 tile from Home Depot, and it's actually typically used for bathrooms. I just stuck it on top of this freezer to kind of essentially look like a countertop. And I brought the chest freezer over to this bay window over here so that there was lots of natural lighting, and I would just film using that as my setup. And honestly, it worked great because I was just filming mainly YouTube and TikTok and Instagram shorts. And so during that time period, that was all I really needed. I just needed this small little space because it was really short videos. But now that I'm doing YouTube long form videos, you can see more of my kitchen, and my kitchen before was just, it was really old. I think it was about 25 years old. It was in need of an upgrade. A lot of the cabinets were really shaky. Like if I would cut stuff, the cabinets would shake. They were really gross, just really grimy. And so this is my new setup, and I'll talk more about that in depth in a second. But essentially that is kind of the picture of what my old setup used to look like. So like I mentioned before, this is my new working station, which is a lot better than just using this chest freezer with a bathroom tile on top. So my husband, Jeff, and his buddy actually built this table. It's really nice because it's custom. They were able to stain it, so it's this beautiful kind of like reddish or brownish color. And then they also were able to put these handles on as well so that I can just pull the table out when I'm shooting videos and I want it to be in the center of the kitchen, and it's just really convenient. He also was able to add this shelf underneath. It's great because I just have a lot of common ingredients that I frequently use for recipes like soy sauce, sugar, sesame oil, and I'm able to just take it out from right there and just use them. One thing that we are wanting to do, maybe even like a cabinet so that you don't see all of this. It's not visible to people that just walk in here, but we're still figuring it out. So one thing that we needed to keep in mind for the cabinets when we were creating this sink space was we wanted an XL sink, and so we needed really large cabinets, and we were able to customize that to fit our needs. With our sink, we wanted something that was black just because our kitchen has so much white in it, and I love this black color, especially with the kind of goldish, brassish faucet. And down here, I don't know if you can see it super well, but the drain area is also goldish brass. And the sink, one of the main features that we love about this faucet, it's a touch faucet, which is super handy, especially if you're handling meat or something and you just want to be able to touch it briefly with maybe like a clean part of your hand or something, then that's really useful. In addition, you can see right now that it's kind of like this purplish, almost reddish color. So that indicates the temperature, and then once you change it to a colder temperature, then you see that it turns to blue. So we love that because it just looks really classy, it's really nice. One other thing that we love is we were able to install this reverse osmosis system. Jeff and I just really want to make sure that we know where our water is coming from. So this is really nice for drinking water. Lastly, we previously had a light switch for the garbage disposal, and now we just have that one simple click button, which is really useful. Okay guys, it sounds silly, but this right here is my favorite product in my kitchen. It's from Simple Human, and it's an automatic soap dispenser. So I just leave my brush there and it just dispenses soap for me. It honestly saves me a lot of time, and I love it. One of my favorite things aesthetically in my kitchen is my 360 knife block. You can see that it's really sturdy and stable, and it's a beautiful product. The owner of 360 knife block was actually able to etch my logo, Kyrie the Foodier, onto the knife block itself. Functionally, it works really well. I've had a lot of people ask if it's safe to use. You can see that when I remove this knife, I can do it one-handed and the knife block stays nice and stable, and I can put it back on and it snaps right into place as well. I highly recommend this product. To show you guys my snap outlets. I love these guys because they're so great, especially at night. As you can see, when it's really dark, I don't need to turn on the lights, and it's perfect if you want a midnight snack or if you need to go into the bathroom and you don't want to turn on the lights. On top of that, as you can see, it looks really classy and it looks really nice. So over here is my wrinkle composter. This is great because Jeff and I do a lot of gardening, and so it's nice to be able to reuse our food scraps and put them back into our garden. The wrinkle is virtually odorless, and it's actually not on right now because we haven't used it in a while, but when you do use it, you can just dispose of food in here and it composts everything within 24 hours. One of my favorite products to use in my kitchen is my Bermuda toaster oven. You can see on here that it has a lot of features to use, whether you're toasting bread, a baguette, pizza, croissant, and it goes all the way up to 450 Fahrenheit. There's a little slot that you can insert a little water into, and it steams the bread before it toasts it. That way your bread stays nice and chewy while also being nice and crunchy on the outside. As a food content creator, this is the question that I probably get the most often, is what pot and pan that I like to use. This one is from Caraway, and this is my all-time favorite pot and pan that I've used. It's really deep, as you can see, so this is probably what I use the most. The material is non-toxic. You barely have to put any oil inside for food to just glide really smoothly. So I love this pan and seriously use it for everything. Okay guys, thanks so much for joining me on my kitchen tour. If you enjoyed this video, I post Asian food content and recipes every week, so make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.